And now, from Mr. Waldner's grade 7 class, Kyle Ludstrom has some fan fiction prepared that he'd like to read to you tonight. Oh.
It's Lovestrom. Reach for the Stars by Kyle Lovestrom. Ryan Storm looked out the window of Mr. Waldner's class and thought, Mr. Waldner's voice sounds like waves in a gentle breeze. He was almost asleep when all of a sudden a bright red Ferrari pulled up in front of the school. The door opened and a tall, handsome man got out of the Ferrari. It was Leonardo DiCaprio. Ryan's heart skipped a beat. He rubbed his eyes and thought, am I dreaming? Just then, Leonardo knocked on the door. Excuse me, class, I'm looking for somebody to play in my new movie. It's about 2 detectives in France. If you don't mind, I'll just take a look at your class, Leonardo exclaimed. He looked over the whole class. Well, I guess there's nobody here, he said, and turned to leave. But then he said, wait a minute, you there. And he pointed over all of the other students and pointed to Ryan. How would you like to be in my new movie? He said. Sure, said Ryan. Well, get in my car, said Leo. It's a Ferrari. I know, said Ryan. I've driven in lots of those. All of a sudden, they drove to Hollywood and had lunch in the fanciest restaurant in the world. It was called Café à la Je m'appelle d'Escargot. How is your caviar? Asked Leo. I never thought fish eggs could taste so good, Ryan laughed. Just then, a helicopter flew over the restaurant and soldiers wearing face masks and carrying M16s dropped out of the helicopter on ropes. They shot all the windows and grabbed Leo. He didn't even have time to taste his cordon bleu. Leo, Ryan exclaimed. Then Ryan roundhoused one of the soldiers in the face and took his gun. He did a front flip into the kitchen and took cover behind the stove. One soldier followed Ryan into the kitchen, but Ryan was too fast for him. He did another flip and shot him in the head and roundhoused him onto the grill. Not enough for you? Ryan exclaimed. Just then Leo yelled, cut! And he came into the kitchen. Ryan almost blew Leonardo DiCaprio's head off. But then he saw it was Leo. What's going on? Ryan asked, surprised. It was all part of the movie, Ryan exclaimed. We couldn't tell you because we wanted the action to look real. What? Said Ryan, sounding very surprised. You did great. You're exactly what we've been looking for. We've auditioned hundreds of actors, but you're the best we've ever seen, Leo exclaimed. When they finished filming the movie, Leo invited Ryan back to his mansion. Hey, Leo. Hey, Ryan, said Leo. Have you ever thought about living in a mansion in Hollywood? No, not really. Maybe someday, but right now I would miss my family and my cat too much. His name is Doodles, said Ryan. You did a really great job today. I can't believe how strong you are, said Leo. Do you work out? No, not really. Well, sometimes I just do sit-ups or push-ups. Well, here's your check for $1 million, said Leo. And he handed him a check. Thanks, I'm going to use it to buy my parents a new house. And a bright red Ferrari, of course, Ryan laughed. Oh, and one more thing. How do you hide from getting boners in your pants? I usually just put a textbook in front of my pants, or I put my hands in my pockets and hold it down, said Ryan. That's a good idea, said Leo. I bet you have lots of friends. I do, Ryan exclaimed. Then Ryan went home to Calgary, where he bought a new house and even a new cat house for Noodles.